Charles, what about for those who listen to this and like, oh, you're such a checklist guy, and like, travel is not about checklists, and the critique about that.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah, there's a lot of criticism about country counters, and I think that
list counters.
Well, the thing is that what is a list? A list is just an itemization of the places in the world. You don't have to finish it, but it always gives you new motivation for something else to do, right? And so I think it's for the type of people that like to collect and that just don't really want to go back to the same place over and
memories,
over.
not things.
Exactly. And so
objects.
But if you go to a conference and you meet people like you and me, I mean, maybe you don't follow checklists as much, but we're not the kind of people that just want to go and check the box. We want to find something that's fascinating,
right.
Or we'll have destinations or experiences on the mind. The reason that we want to go there, it's not just about checking the box. And the people that you meet are some of the most fascinating, engaging, energetic people that there are. We don't want to go sit on the beach, right? So that's just the way we are, and we want to do more and more. And it's a stimulation. The list gives you a list. It gives you, more and more ideas.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right. And it's up to you whether you want to follow the list or not. But
True.
It's just like, hey, I agree. What about people who talk about depth versus breadth?
Right.
Travel. I go to India for 5 months, and you just go around in 5 months. You go to see 100 countries.
Right. Yeah. No, you can't win that argument, because I would say, well, look, you only go for 5 months, and my friend who lives there, and he knows much more than you do. So he's better than you.
Better. By the way, that's in quotation marks.
And anyone who goes to a place usually wants to stay longer.
Of course.
You always are going to have that feeling. So if you stay for a week, you're going to want to stay another week.
Yeah.
And you're always going to have that feeling of tearing yourself away and having to move on.
Right.
And so, after 2 days, then just rip off the Band-Aid and go to the next place. You're going to have to say goodbye if you want to say hello to the next one.
And as I point out in one of my books, I talked about how just being in a place, you could live in America, for example, for all your fucking life. You can be there for 40 fucking years. And then, but you've only been in San Francisco. Like, versus somebody from Poland who comes in and spends 5 months traveling all over America, visiting 45 states or whatever. And then who knows the country better? Does the Polish guy who spent 5 months traveling to 45 states have a better feel of the pulse? Or the guy in a village in like California?
Right. Well, I would say that maybe I wouldn't take San Francisco as the example of being out of touch. But the person who lives there, or let's say someone who lives somewhere, they would know a lot because they watch Fox News all day. So they know everything.
I do.
They know a lot more than the Polish guy.
That's true. That's true. But the point is that it's an unwinnable argument.
Right.
In the end, it's a matter of taste. We all have our pace. Some people, and so hike your own hike. Do what you.
I like to move, and I like to move until I'm exhausted and then rest.
Right.
But so if I didn't have to move, then I wouldn't have an adventure like I had yesterday.
Yes.
So people say the journey is the reward. Yesterday, my goal was to get from point A to point B.
Right.
And that's what I did. Yeah, exactly.
And this is just a teeny tiny little story in your entire life.
Yeah.
It's just like
today's going to be another one.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the weather. It's going to be a great day today.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's great. So let's end up with talking about the MTP, which, by the way, stands for Most Traveled People. And there's an app that you can get on Android as well as that other thing.
iOS.
Oh, yeah. I always like to remind you Apple people that it's the minority in the world.
Okay.
But anyway.
I have an iPhone, but that's fine. You need it to test the app.
Of course. So anyway, MTP is available there. Just search for MTP and it should pop up.
Yeah, so MTP, here we go.
Yeah, it's on his shirt here. And that's the logo.
And so
And what does the app do? It shows you all the 1,500 regions.
yeah, so first of all, it's not just the app, but we have the app, which is called MTP Extreme Travel Club, and then we have the website, which is mtp.travel. And what all of these do is they give you the checklist and they give you the map to see the world, how much you've been, how much you haven't been, and then all of the other members, you can go see who's been where. So then you can collaborate on, hey, I see you haven't been there, do you want to go?
Right.
Look at the notes, look at the photos, but then basically, plan your travels.
And one of the cool things that you can do about it is you can activate the GPS inside, and you can tag and check off, like I'm here right now, we're in Santiago, Chile. So we could just go in there and say we're checking in, and then it automatically adds that region to your checklist.
Correct. You don't need to go in and check yourself. It's geo-aware, and so it'll tell you. But the other thing is, it's not just about the regions. We have all of the World Heritage sites inside. So when you're getting near, or you didn't know, but there's a World Heritage site 10 miles away, you might want to go see it, and you can see then it'll tell you, congratulations on being here. Here's the next one. That's the nearest one that you haven't been to. And it's the same with the best restaurants in the world, top hotels, and golf courses, scuba places, beaches, the top beaches of the world. And so these are all different areas where people have interest, and they're all inside. And you can turn on and off the markers if you don't you don't want to go to Michelin restaurants. That's fine. But so we have all of those things. You can plan your travels, and it's, again, the lists give you ideas of what to do next.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And there's some people who are chasing different dreams.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we try to give you ideas to fulfill your dream.
Right. Excellent. Well,
Charles, now I wanted to just finish before you finish. This hat, this beautiful Indiana Jones style hat, was from the Salar de Uyuni. And I noticed that you don't have a hat.
I don't have hair, actually.
Well, you might get sunburned. You're going to be in Antarctica. There's going to be a lot of glare off the ice. And I don't need this hat anymore because I'm down from the mountains. And I'm sure that it's so gorgeous. I'm sure you would love it. I wanted to do a ceremonial handoff to my friend Francis to thank him for organizing this interview and to make sure that he doesn't sunburn the top of his head.
Thank you. Go ahead. Well, aren't you going to put it on my head?
Oh, right. Exactly.
Like a king here.
Look how good that looks.
Yes. I love it. Indiana Jones. Well, Charles, awesome seeing you, and safe travels, and good stuff. And it's a pleasure. Honor always to meet you wherever we are. We've seen each other at least 3 times. Right?
Well,
we saw at Yerevan.
It feels like
ETF. We saw each other again
in Bangkok,
and then we saw each other in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, in Petaluma, north.
Lucy.
That's right. Hey, hello to Lucy.
All right. So anyway, have fun. And so you're going off to Argentina now, going to Buenos Aires?
I'm going to go to Buenos Aires tonight, and that's just because it's a good base for getting into Uruguay, where I need to go in the south part of Brazil. I'm then going to go into Paraguay. I've got 2 regions in Paraguay. I've got other regions in Brazil, and then I'm flying from Rio to New York, where I'm going to catch my flight over to Europe and then to Algeria.
And what are you doing in Algeria? Another region?
I'm leading a tour, actually.
Oh, okay,
We're going to be covering all the regions and
all
the.
How do people find about these tours of yours?
You go to mtp.travel or download the app.
Excellent. Thank you.